Matt Murdoch is falling down another deep, dark hole of despair. Will the most unlikely person pull him out of it? Well, let's hop into the pages of Daredevil issue number 4 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Detective Cole North is getting absolutely reamed out by his superiors for letting Daredevil get away in the previous issue, despite the fact that he had been shot and beaten up. Worse still is all the collateral damage done by the Punisher's sentry guns. The city might even force poor Detective North to pay for this, just, welcome to New York, buddy. Now, where is old Hornhead now? Well, like I said, he is in the not-so-tender, not-so-loving, not-so-care question mark of the Punisher. As we discover, Frank's been following Daredevil ever since word reached his ear that he might very well have killed someone, crossed that line that he swore he never would, and the Punisher is absolutely stoked about this news. He thinks that Daredevil has finally started to see the world his way and is ready to step up his crime-fighting game to its next natural level. Obviously, Matt still thinks Frank is a friggin' psychopath and a menace to society, but he's still his prisoner right now and he's gonna have to keep him talking if he wants to escape. And what better way to get the Punisher's mouth ajar in than to start a philosophical debate on the merits of vigilante justice? Daredevil says that he would never cross the line like the Punisher does because at the end of the day he truly still does believe in law and order, while the Punisher has put himself above everyone else and deemed himself judge, jury, and executioner. The Punisher says that he's simply a pragmatist. He believes in numbers. One less bad guy in the world means that the good guys out there get more chances, right? Like, for example, the member of the Owls gang that Frank is torturing while also debating Daredevil because don't you know he's just a master of multitasking on top of everything else. Daredevil's slam dunk argument, the one that really pushes Frank over the edge, is saying that justice isn't nearly as black and white as the skull on the Punisher's chest. You can never know a person's life, the choices that brought them to where they are. You can only try your absolute hardest to protect the innocent. Punisher perhaps gets the last laugh though, letting the flunky go only to execute him in self-defense when he goes to grab one of the Punisher's many guns. Frank saying, well, look at that, I guess I'm not so different than you after all. Now, once Daredevil is eventually free from his restraints, he goes out of his way to prove just how different he is than the Punisher. For one, he says that if he did actually choose to start executing his foes, he would be way better at it than the Punisher. His amazing skills would let him never miss a single shot. And that if he truly was a killer like the Punisher thinks, he would have ended his life a long time ago. Frank doesn't even get insulted by this. In fact, he's kind of moved by it, saying, you know what, it would be worth getting killed by Daredevil, if only because he knows he would be a better killer of criminals than him. In a weird way, this confrontation with the Punisher actually forces Daredevil to look inward to himself, to all the mistakes that he's made. His greatest fear has always been that he might one day turn into a killer like Frank, and indeed Daredevil did kill someone. It might have been by accident, it might have been because he's sloppy and messed up on painkillers, but none of it's ever gonna get any better unless Matt is willing to admit it. Now, the other end of the issue, we get a little bit more on Cole North. It seems that all of his problems with the department are being smoothed over by the Kingpin, which makes North pretty sick to his stomach to actually owe Wilson Fisk a favor. North might not like Daredevil, but he doesn't like the Kingpin even more, so he's really stuck between a rock and a hard place right about now. Now, as the comic winds down, Daredevil drops off the Punisher for the cops before eventually heading back out into the night to deal with the Owls plot that was alluded to earlier. After all, if Daredevil wants to make amends and turn everything around, no time like the present. He's gonna start right now, tonight. And so that was Daredevil issue number 4, everybody, and I gotta say, I'm still really enjoying the tale that Chip Zdarsky is weaving right here, right now. It's suitably mature for Daredevil, and when I say mature, I don't mean that in the way it's so often used, meaning, oh, blood, gore, and titties. No, I mean it in like heroes facing really adult problems. Being forced to evaluate real problems in their lives and work towards making changes. The ongoing rivalry between Daredevil and Punisher has been written a lot about in Marvel Comics, and you can see why. It's just such an interesting dynamic they show. They really are two sides of a coin. And you just know these two are going to be clashing again sooner rather than later. Overall, I'd give this issue a solid 8 out of 10. Really good stuff. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you really like what I do, you might want to pick up a Cape Joel shirt. Yes, that's right, I have my own merch store over at TeePublic. Check out for great designs like my little Cape Man, stuff from the comic multiverse, fun stickers, in-jokes, we got it all over at the TeePublic store. You can check it out right now. And I will be sure to see you all again next time. Bye-bye.